welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Chelsea Brunstrom, the director of the Columbia Behavioral Crisis Center of Burrell Behavioral Health. How are you, Chelsea?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for being here. Such an important topic. Tell us a little bit about the Crisis Center.
Yes. So our Crisis Center is available for anyone 18 years and older when they're feeling stressed, when they're feeling they don't know what to do, who to talk to. Our Behavioral Crisis Center is an excellent place to come for services and support. So we can help in all different ways. We have medication management. We have substance treatment supports. You can talk to a therapist to receive some crisis therapy. We also have peers. So peers are people that have that lived experience. They've had their own mental health services, their own substance services, and they're in their own recovery. So we've got people to talk to 24/7, 365. We're a great place to come if you're not really sure where you might go, what kind of help you might need. The Crisis Center is the perfect place to start.
So it's important to know that it's 24/7, 365.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, a crisis is a crisis. It doesn't always happen like from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Exactly. We can't plan a crisis. Crisis just happens. So our medication management and our therapy services are available basically 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. That's Saturdays and Sundays, on Christmas, on New Year's. We're here to help support. And then our other services, our peers are available 24/7. So there's always somebody that you can come and talk to. I think about the Crisis Center as a great place to do lots of brainstorming and problem solving. So we can help connect you not only with treatment options to help you in the future, but also any of those community supports that you might find helpful as well.
Yeah, I find it, I would imagine it's comforting for somebody who's in crisis to know that they could be dealing with a peer, maybe somebody who has maybe been in a situation themselves. Who they might feel like has a greater level of understanding.
Yes, absolutely. That's kind of the magic of the peers, is that they can say, hey, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. And our peers also really help inspire that hope about things can get better. I can relate. I've been there. And here are some of the things that worked for me that helped. And our peers can kind of help navigate when somebody's feeling like, I'm not really sure if therapy is right for me, or I'm a little nervous about medications and what might that be like.
Yeah.
So we can really kind of talk about all of the options that are available. So we've been really excited to also receive some support from the city, recognizing, the good supports that we have with those ARPA dollars. So in the future, we're going to be having a larger facility on our Phoenix campus. So a little bit more access to private services and to be able to have a little bit longer supports. So right now at our Stevens Lake Clinic, we can support somebody for about 23 hours. So that gives us some time to problem solve, to brainstorm, but also to connect to maybe you're wanting to get those long-term therapy appointments set. Maybe you are thinking about medication might be right for me. When we are moving in our new building, we're going to have some stabilization beds that allows us to have about 72 hours. So we can kind of work on some of those more complex situations that allows us to do a little bit more warm handoff, connecting people to some supports, maybe like inpatient treatment. Might not have a bed available today, but tomorrow we could get somebody connected. So while we're excited to still offer a wide range of services at our Stevens Lake Clinic, we're extra enthusiastic about being able to open those additional and expanded services in the future.
Yeah, that's exciting. And so do people typically if you find yourself in crisis, is it a phone call? Is it a walk-in? Like, how does that work?
We are 100% walk-in services. So you don't need a referral. You don't need an appointment. You just come on down to our Stevens Lake Clinic. You walk in and there's a little bit of paperwork that you fill out. You're going to meet with a nurse just to get your vital signs, make sure there's nothing physically that we need to be mindful of, and then gather some information. So you'll talk with our therapist or our peer, and we're just kind of trying to figure out what's going on, what supports might be best available for you. And then the great thing is you get to pick kind of a la carte. So we come up with some ideas that you might feel like are helpful, and then you get to direct your services. So you get to tell us, yeah, a therapist sounds great. I'd love to talk to a peer. I'm interested in resources. So you get to drive the resources that you feel are most helpful, and then we kind of guide the way to support you.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, and so you said right now your clinic is located where?
1805 East Walnut. So that's right next to Stevens Lake Park.
Okay, right next to Stevens Lake Park. And where can people find you online if they hear this or they're watching and they say, okay, this sounds interesting, but sometimes people are just a little intimidated.
Yes.
And if people are anything like me, sometimes they want to do a little research.
Yes.
So where can people find you online?
So burrellcenter.com is going to be our website. That's going to allow you to not only see services that the Behavioral Crisis Center can provide, but also our outpatient services, the different types of supports that Burrell can offer for your mental health treatment.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So burrellcenter.com for anybody who wants to look it up and do a little researching first. But people can walk in, and you said 24/7.
24/7. Any time of the day or night, come on in. We are happy to help support you in person.
That is really an amazing service to this community. If you're in crisis, it's so important to know that there is somewhere that you can get the help that you need, the guidance that you need.
We are so happy to help our adults 18 years and older, and come on in. We are happy to see you.
Yeah, that's I cannot stress enough how important of a service that you are providing to this community.
Yes.
Thank you for that. And thank you to every person who commits their time to being a peer. That's important. Thank you for being here.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.